Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. It's your girl, Dr. Patty, coming to you with our um, Holy Week pop up number 2 or Tuesday. Listen, today in the life of Jesus last week on this earth was bananas. Listen, on this day we had his last teaching in the temple. Yeah, we really do. And then we have what is called the last parables. The last ones he talked about like the wedding banquet and the 10 virgins, the two sons, the tenant, the talents, right? We learn about so much that happens during this week. The importance of faith, the wedding banquet, you just name it. Also was the return into Jerusalem after Monday where he cursed the fig tree, and now he's talking about what was going on with the fig tree, why, what the barrenness of it meant at that time. Look, he's coming to an end. He doesn't have time for all of this other things. There's two poignant things I wanted to talk about on the pop-up, and I couldn't figure out which way I really wanted to go because one, it touches my heart so much because I lived it for a while. It was framed on my desk in my office, and it said, a voice went out from Rama of great lamentation, Rael weeping for her children. She couldn't be comforted because they were without, and it was something that was going on at a personal time in my life, and I was weeping over one of my children, and I just could not be comforted. And Jesus did this same thing. Jesus stood at the 2 mile point looking down in Jerusalem and began to weep. All of that took place on Tuesday. But my Tuesday pop up today is going to be when you know what you know, right? When you know what you know and you still maintain your integrity, when you know what you know and you still walk in the middle of it, when you know what you know and it cannot derail you from what your purpose is, and it cannot spot your life, and it cannot make a thing. So let's back it up and start it up with how we get to when you know what you know on Holy Week Tuesday. So Jesus knew everything that was about to happen to him when he went in. He was in a lose lose situation, so they thought. And he stood here and he knew that they were trying to trap him with what he said. Because if he said, when they asked him, so who do we pay taxes or not? I'm just paraphrasing it or not. And he knew that if he answered yes, that means that you have to give into idolatry. You have to give into giving what is holy to a man and lifting him up as an idol, because the coin of that time had Caesar's picture on it, correct? But he knew at the same time, if he said no, don't pay your taxes, that was going to come to look like he was against everything that they were trying to do. No matter how Jesus answered, it was a trap that was set by those that were trying um to to bring a bad light to him, that were trying to disparage his personality, that was trying to come against him and the things that he was doing. But listen how Jesus did this. He maintained his stand, everything he had taught them to this point on, and everything that held in the balance. And he came back and he said, listen here, give unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Give unto God that which is God's. In other words, quit trying to make something that's not supposed to be. If it belongs to Caesar, give it to Caesar. But if it belongs to God, give it to God. And I think about that in 2024 because it's hard to tell who's Caesar anymore. We have so many taxes and implementations and different things that's coming on, and they're trying to mix it, and you're missing the weightier things of God. I remember when they start talking to Jesus about their tithes, and they start talking to Jesus about their temple taxes and all of these different things. Jesus astounded them of what he said. He said, listen, those things don't mean anything to me if your heart is not turned towards me, if you're not lifting me up. If you're not sacrificing your life as a holy sacrifice, it is what you do with this gift that my daddy has given you that matters. That's what it is. In the Old Testament, the prophet told Saul, he said, listen here, to obey is better than sacrifice. And sometimes we realize that they're asking us a temple tax that has nothing to do with the kingdom, but they say it belongs. So I'm here to let you know Jesus had an answer for that. Yes, he did. He said, you render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. You render unto God what belongs to him. Now, this vessel, it belongs to the Lord. It don't belong to Caesar. I'm sorry. I did like retire because there were certain things that Caesar was beginning to say that had to be incorporated in my practice that did not correspond with the things of God. And one thing that I would teach, and I still do, is that I will not bend, bow, break, compromise, or capitulate. There's nothing you're going to make me do to give that which belongs to God unto man, even when you bring it into his house. And so my Holy Week Tuesday is when you know what you know, you walk according to who you are. Jesus knew who he was. He knew what he came to do. He came to fulfill the law. He came to do the things of God. He came to render unto God what belonged to God. He came to teach the people and turn their hearts back to him, to make them resolute, and to bring a distinct difference, a distinct line in the sand. This is a nonsensical thing. I'm not going to get caught up either way. I'm not going to give you the ammunition to come against me. I know you gave me a loaded question, but I will not answer in a way that gives you the ammunition to come against me and cause what God has put in motion to be aborted. Hello, somebody. I need you to understand that on today as we got these last few minutes left on this pop-up. There are many things that are coming your way, and they're being laid at your lap. They're being spoken in your presence. They're being asked of you, and it is a trap. But the thing is, when you know that you know that you know who you know and what your assignment is here to do, you have to answer yourself and carry yourself in a way that does not give them ammunition to come against you and tear up what God has done. And so Jesus was a master at that. And I think we overlook the lessons sometimes because we get caught up in all. And he told the people pay their taxes, and the people left from following after him. Their hearts weren't there with him in the first place. I'm just telling you the truth. They were following him for the fishes and the loaves and for him to overthrow the kingdom. But those that understood that his kingdom was not of this world, for those of us who understand that our home is not here on planet Earth, it's the place that the bridegroom has gone to prepare for us, that he will come again and receive us unto himself. We realize that we are in this world, but we are not of this world. We understand that we are not in love with this world, nor the things of this world, because all of the things that are in and of this world are the lust of the eyes, the lust of the flesh, and the pride of life. And we don't have to be worried about those things, but he has already overcome the world. And so we have to understand when the world comes at us, they want straight and concise answers. When those that perpetrate being after him come at you, they want to see what you got inside of you and how you live and what you're going to do. And you have to answer that in such a way that they understand the anointing of God that is on your life. They understand the call of God that rests inside of you. And they also understand that you are committed to the Lord. You are not committed to blending. You're not committed to selling out or being an idol worshiper. You can't be bought and you can't be tricked, but you will stay resolute and you will stay focused on what you do. It frustrated them because they did not have a cause to do anything to Jesus at that moment. May that be your story on Holy Week Tuesday. When you know that you don't give them the ammunition to take you out, but you answer in a way that they have to recognize the Son of God living inside of you. Remember, God has the most amazing plan for you.